The Xiaomi 17 Ultra might be famous for its massive camera system, but after using it daily, the real surprise isn't the camera at all. It's the battery life. With a huge 6,800 milliamp hour silicon carbon battery inside, this phone quietly turns into a 2-day endurance machine, even when you're not trying to save power. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. And that's exactly what makes this interesting. Battery tests in labs and benchmarks are useful, but they don't always reflect real life. What actually matters is how long a phone lasts when someone uses it the way people normally do. Social media, videos, messaging, a few games, camera usage, and random browsing throughout the day. So after setting up the phone completely, installing apps, logging into accounts, customizing everything, the real test began. No special battery-saving tricks, no disabling features, automatic brightness stayed on, radios like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth were enabled, and battery saver was only considered if the battery dropped below 10%. In other words, this was normal, everyday usage. And right away, the results were impressive. The first day started at a full 100% charge, thanks to Xiaomi's intelligent charging system topping it off before the morning alarm. During the day, the phone handled a lot of video streaming on YouTube, which ended up increasing screen-on time without draining the battery too aggressively. Video playback tends to be one of the more efficient tasks for modern chips, especially when hardware decoding kicks in. That's where the processor plays a role too. The phone runs on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, a chip designed not only for performance but efficiency. Paired with such a large battery, the result is a device that can comfortably stretch through long usage sessions without feeling like the battery percentage is constantly dropping. But the more interesting part came the next day. Instead of charging overnight, the phone was left unplugged to see if it could truly last 2 full days. The second day started at 55% battery after losing only about 3% overnight, which is already a good sign for standby efficiency. From there, the phone was pushed through a typical day of heavy app usage. Social media took over, with plenty of time spent on Reddit, TikTok, and Facebook. A few language lessons on Duolingo were mixed in as well, along with general browsing and everyday phone tasks. By the end of the day, the battery dropped all the way down to 2%. That means the phone effectively survived 2 full days of usage on a single charge without any effort to conserve battery. And the following days added even more variety to the test. One day included extended camera use, which is usually one of the fastest ways to drain a battery because image processing is extremely demanding. There were also phone calls, which surprisingly remain a steady battery consumer even today. On top of that, the phone had to run a hotspot for about an hour and a half during a power outage, another feature known for draining power quickly. Despite all of that, the battery still held up remarkably well. Another day's data revealed something a lot of us probably recognize: social media usage creeping up more than expected. Even when it didn't feel like much time was spent on apps like YouTube or TikTok, the usage stats told a different story. And yet, the phone kept going. When you average the numbers across several days of real-world usage, the results become clearer. On a full 100% charge, the phone delivered an average screen-on time of 8 hours and 34 minutes. If you only consider 80% of the battery, which many people do to protect long-term battery health, that still translates to about 6 hours and 71 minutes of screen time. That's extremely solid for a flagship smartphone with a massive display and a powerful processor. And remember, this wasn't careful usage. Brightness was often pushed higher than the automatic setting, apps were constantly active, and there was no attempt to limit background activity. With better battery habits, lowering brightness, disabling unused features, or using battery saver, most people could probably stretch these numbers even further. So, what does all of this actually mean? It means the Xiaomi 17 Ultra isn't just a camera powerhouse, it's also one of those rare flagship phones where battery anxiety almost disappears. The combination of a huge 6,800 milliamp hour battery and an efficient processor makes it surprisingly dependable in daily life. You can stream videos, scroll social media, take photos, run apps, and even share your connection as a hotspot and still comfortably make it through the day. In many cases, you might even make it through two. And honestly, that kind of reliability might be the most underrated feature of this phone. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.